So here we are. What up, Fin fans? Welcome to the final Dolphins Dive Bar of the regular season. The NFL regular season is in the books. It ends with a disappointing, a freaking disheartening, a destroying heartbreak of a Dolphins loss. Miami fall to the Buffalo Bills 21-14. Miami finishes the season 11-6. They will be the 6th seed in the playoffs. That's the good thing here. They still qualified for the playoffs. They will be the 6th seed, and they will be traveling next Saturday's game to a nice, cold, freezing Kansas City. So instead of nice, warm home games at that nice, beautiful stadium, they'll be on the road. They'll be on the road for however long their playoff run goes for, and that's what they earn. They didn't earn the 1 seed because they got destroyed by Baltimore, and they don't earn the 2 seed because they get beaten by a not very good Bills team. So it's like, what does that say about the Dolphins, right? They earn. So they don't earn the 1 or the 2, but they do earn their reputation of not being able to beat a big team, not be able to perform when the lights are bright, prime time Tua, earn that reputation of just not being the man when he needs to be the man. I mean, Tua turned the ball over, showed up tonight. Because like I said, this Buffalo team wasn't all that good. They've won the last 5 in a row. I get it. All you got to do is win. But they didn't look good in the process at all. They barely squeaked out wins against a lot of teams. And some teams that aren't very good either, And you should have had them. The defense played so good for you today. You should have had them. I mean, I can't blame that defense at all because at the end of the game, they got you the ball back. With a little bit under 2 minutes, right? You said $1.45, but they got you the ball back, okay, in decent field position. They made the stops, right? They basically shut down Stephon Diggs for the most part. Basically he was covered good by I think Eli Apple, and it just happened to fall right into the right place. And then the matchup we've been waiting for. We wanted Ramsey to shadow him the whole game, and Ramsey got burnt where Diggs was wide friggin' open. It's just a good thing that Josh Allen sailed it, or they would have had more. But other than that, because the defense was the question, because of all the injuries, because of everybody that's missing, X-Man still out. We lose Andrew Van Ginkel. We have no more edge rushers there. You got Ingram. He gave up a long play on passing because he's out there in coverage, but we need him on the edge to rush. But we lose Chubb last week, we lose Van Ginkel this week. I mean, we are down the practice squad guys. Cameron Wake was out there before the game giving people high fives and taking selfies, and he's gonna have to dress because they have nobody on defense that can get to the quarterback now. That defense, like I said, I can't blame them. They played good football. They gave up 14 points. They held Buffalo's offense to 14 points. The defense gave you everything you could have wanted today. I mean, sure, they allowed Buffalo to drive the ball down there, but they stopped them. I mean, you get a clean interception in the end zone when they were in the red zone, knocking on that door to score. And then the next drive, you get another interception in the end zone. And then you get Christian Wilkins, comes in there, does it all himself. Goes around the defender in one-on-one, pokes the ball free. It's a fumble. It's a fumble that doesn't even touch the ground. It goes on Allen's hip or whatever, and then right into Wilkins' arm. So he basically forces and recovers his own fumble. The ball never even touches the ground. And what do you do with that? You do nothing. You punt each time. You get a couple of dumb penalties. For some reason, they couldn't stop with the damn ineligible man downfield. You get penalties, you get drops, you get shitty play calling. Before halftime, defense gives you a golden opportunity. Keeps them out of the end zone. Keeps Buffalo out the end zone. They got no timeouts. They throw it short. The guy gets hit at the goal line, tackled. I mean, Baker. Welcome back, Jerome Baker, bro. Like, you made plays today. You made plays. Eli Apple, got burned a couple times, but hey, made plays, got a pick. Elliott made plays, got a pick. Javon Holland out there with 2 bad knees, making plays. Christian Wilkins making plays. Zach Sealer out there running. I mean, look, Allen slipped a few sacks. He kept plays alive. He kept drives alive. Maybe Miami on that last drive could have got the ball quicker, but they let him run 15 yards on a damn 3rd and 13. Sealer couldn't get the edge. He couldn't get the tackle in that play. Plus, you got the holding penalty anyway, so it would have been a first down either way. All right. But like bend don't break. They didn't break at all today. That defense. This offense that. What do you hear? All they do is break records. All these yards. Tua's leading the league in yards. Thrown so many touchdown passes. Most of all these touchdowns. This offense is averaging more yards per play than anybody in the league. And, oh, Dan, we're coming for your records. All right, what has that done for them? It got them 11 wins when they needed 12. It doesn't show up. That offense hasn't showed up. Like, you're at the point where you need the damn offense to be clicking. You need the team to be clicking and firing on all cylinders going into the playoffs. And what does this offense do? 2 touchdowns in the first half. And in the second half, what do they get? 4 punts and a pick. 3 and outs. Drop balls, Tyreek. I mean, I get you had a lot going on at home. But, dude, you dropped 2 crucial passes today. Again. 2 weeks in a row now. I mean, that one where it was the pass interference, you catch that one. I don't know if maybe the safety has the angle to hit you. Maybe not. Maybe that's an easy touchdown. Not showing up. Big players not showing up. I get it. Waddle's out. Mostert's out. Buffalo had a lot of injuries. Next man up works for them. Tua, stupid-ass passing. Just throwing that one to Claypool, it was just a bad throw. He loves to throw to guys while they're, blanket covered. But he just puts it, on the completely wrong part of the field. Maybe Claypool was not running the route as well, but no. He was desperate. He was just chucking it out there. Gets picked. And the lights are the brightest. So Miami's been feast or famine this year. In AFC East opponents, they've swept the Bills. They swept the Patriots, which was awesome. Swept the Jets, which was awesome. Even shut them out. But when it comes to Bills, you get swept. And then your vaunted offense, like I said before, with all the records, you score 14 points in the first half. That's it. Over the last 3 games for Miami, their offense has scored 2 touchdowns or less in each game. You score 1 touchdown against Dallas, and you have to rely on Jason Sanders. 3 50-plus yard field goals and 2 other ones just to get the W. And then versus Baltimore, you get 2 touchdowns. And then today, versus the Bills, you scored 2 touchdowns all in the first half. Other than that, you can't do nothing. You're such a one-trick pony on offense. It's like you run the ball to the outside, and when that's not working anymore, you just abandon it. And then it's throw to a spot. They eventually started dropping guys. You're eventually getting single coverage over the top. 1 safety, not taking advantage of it. Tua off the mark with some of these throws. He was doing like half a scramble on one. And just overthrows Hill, who's opening that zone. 2 weeks ago, they're playing for the freaking 1 seed potentially. You lose that game? Okay. It's still in your hands. You can still get the division, still get a home game, maybe 2. Especially against a Buffalo team that they were already in because Jacksonville lost. So you're playing a not that good team with, not a whole lot to gain because if they lose, they just turn around and run it back in Miami the very next week. So, it's not that bad for them. They get a lot of fans that come out here. Nice, warm January game in the playoffs. It would have been beautiful. But that offense, Just time and time again. Like that second half. 4 punts and a pick. Defense doing everything it can to hand you the goddamn game. Give you the ball, strip sacks, everything. And you can't score. I get it. 2 of your playmakers are out. Other guys got to step up. Brack's got a catch or two. Claypool. I mean, freaking Jeff Wilson is good. Feed him the ball. You get Craycraft involved. Like, you have other options. Get them the damn ball. If he doesn't have his safety blanket, he doesn't know what to do. And you're going to pay that man $50 million? Like, the way he plays in the big-time games does not warrant $50 million. Not yet. Do it versus Kansas City. Let's see what you got versus KC. Because you really got to put it on your shoulders. You know, but this game turned into last year's game with Green Bay. Game on the line, final drive. You get 3 drives in a row to be able to go down there and do something. You just throw picks. This game, final drive, throw a pick. Like nothing. Looking all disheveled on the sideline. Just his attitude didn't look good. His body language didn't look good. I mean, he's not that guy. He's not that guy in these big games, in these big situations. Who's that guy in Alabama? But the pros are different. I mean, sure, he came back in one half because nobody knew him. Nobody had any game film on him, so he's able to go out there in the second half, bring the team back, throw the touchdown to win the national championship. Cool. But then, when he gets a little time under his belt, and then he gets into the big game as the starter, as the man, nothing. And he's showing it in Miami. I like him. I really do. He's a good dude. He's fun to watch on Hard Knocks, but it's like, you got to have that beast with that killer instinct, man. Josh Allen is that beast with the instinct. Mahomes, next quarterback, that beast with the instinct. Lamar, beast with the instinct. That it factor, that killer factor, whatever you want to call it, like you could see it. That guy, those other guys exude it. This guy, he's still looking for it because he doesn't have it yet. It just burns my ass, man. It's just very lackluster in the biggest game of your season. Play calling, lackluster. I mean, you know they're going to make the second half adjustments, you don't execute. You get shut out in the second half. You force 3 turnovers, still lose. All 3 phases of the game, right? The freaking special teams, which has been a problem since Darren Rizzi left the damn team, allows a huge punt return for a touchdown. Last week, when they allowed Baltimore to take that opening kickoff like 70-something yards and get down to like the 15, this week they allow the touchdown. Special teams has been ass. You know, I'm talking like this is like the end of this, you know, like it's doomed, but it's like, how much confidence do you have going into the next game? You know, this team just, they can't score anymore, and they're just, like, they've been figured out. McDaniel, that guy's going to be a really good coach, you know, but unfortunately it's like first-time coaches in Miami, that's the way it's always been. Like, they got to learn how to cut their teeth and then do another coordinator job, then come back and they'll probably dominate, you know. Next week, Miami will be in Kansas City Saturday night, streaming only on Peacock. If you live in Miami, if you're local, you'll get a local coverage of the game. But everybody else, all you out-of-state, out-of-town Dolphins, you're going to have to watch on the Peacock app. If you don't got it, you can probably get one of those free trials for like a week or 2. But yeah, you're going to be playing in like 9-degree weather because they're supposed to get like a big snowstorm and then like a cold snap. It's going to be super cold over there this week and this weekend, and Saturday night on the lights. You're going to be cold. You're not going to be at the warm confines of the Rock. You're going to be in the hostile, loudest place to play in the NFL. And let's see. You got to show up because you can't lose any more games or it's over for you. You can't lose from this point out. So let's see what the Dolphins are made of. Because right now, I mean, they're made of jelly. They've earned that reputation of being made of jelly. They're not built for this. So shut me up. Shut the national media up, who's going to be talking a lot of smack about them this week. Shut us all up. Because all that greatness, it comes down to this. It's playoffs. This is it. Got to find a way to get in the friggin' end zone. Defense is going to have to come through. Defense, we're going to get like a pick six or something. Special teams going to have to do something other than screw the pooch and get teams back in games. Because the offense ain't cutting it right now. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom, right? Like I said last week, it's not all bad. Dolphins can shock the world, maybe get a W. And hey, if maybe Pittsburgh beats Buffalo, then we don't have to play Baltimore right off the rip, and we can play them like a week later or something. Who knows? But yeah, I want to thank you for coming to the dive bar. Sorry, this one was a little more of a rant than a review, but I'm just just pissed off because the division slipped through our fingers, and it's like every year being a Dolphin fan, it's just at the end of the year, it's just like this feeling of just they can't pull it off. It's always here. It's pervasive. So, but anyway, let me chug this down. And I'll thank you for coming to the dive bar. Well, I'm done with this drink. Means we're done with this video. Once again, Dolphins lose 21-14. Lose the division to Buffalo. Last game of the season. But hey, we still got next week, right? So I'll talk to you guys after that game at Arrowhead is over. Once again, thanks for coming to the dive bar, and I'm going to go get another one.